Hey everyone, welcome in or welcome back to the podcast. Here we talk about career opportunities for students post graduation. My name is Aaron, and today we have Steve with us.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm Steve Murtho. I am the currently Vice President of Information Technology at West Hab, where we provide homeless shelters, affordable housing, social services, after-school programming, job training, and a host of other services to the community. And I come from 14 years in EdTech.
Perfect, perfect. Really nice. Thanks for that. All right, so let's go ahead and kick off the agenda. We're going to play a quick little game. So I just call it one for one. I'll say one word, then you just reply to one that comes to mind. And I have a total of three words. So the first one is student.
Achievement.
Next one is career.
Ladder.
And then the last one is success.
Fail.
That was good. I like that one. No, that one was good. Student, I usually ask further, but these are pretty self-explanatory. I like student, achievement, and then career. But success, you said fail or failure. So just expand on that a little bit. What do you mean?
A lot of my experience personally as a Caribbean immigrant, firstborn, all of this, you are scared to fail. You cannot make any mistakes.
Mm.
That is not the way to advance rapidly. So when I see about success, if you're trying to learn something new or blaze a new path, you are going to fail a lot. So as I got older, I learned to get the failures out of the way so I could keep learning. So now failure, you embrace it. I embrace discomfort, embrace the failure. If there's a role that you're jumping into that you're not 100% sure about, jump in head first and figure it out. Yeah, that's where I've noticed the most learning happening.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a really good virtue, if you will. That's nice. All right, so the main question I really want to talk about on this podcast, before I even talk about the main question here, I'll talk a little bit about KidStudio. We really focus on giving students a way to express themselves through music, so music production, but we also want to focus more on the career or CTE, if you will. We want to focus on providing them with practical knowledge for when they graduate. In this case, it's audio engineering or sound engineering. So this is a way for them just to dip their feet into something that's very practical. A lot of people think of fine arts, specifically music, as something that's just a passion, right? Something that's like a dream job. Like, oh, this is really fun, but can I really make this hobby into a career? And short answer, yes, you can. Maybe not be as easy as, writing a song, the next hit song, and then being like a rock star or something. But there's a lot of things that go into music itself. And then one of those practical careers is sound engineering. So we really help students dive into that because there's a plethora of careers and pathways just with sound engineering alone. So I think it's really cool. I like it. It's successful. So that's one thing that I dove into, just helping students really find their footing in the career world after they graduate high school specifically. I want to make that known. Post-graduation is usually known for undergraduate, but I'm referring to that as middle and high school, secondary school, because honestly, it starts in elementary K through 5. But middle and high school is really where they should start thinking about things like this, career pathways and where they're going to go. So the main question I have for today is, what do you think schools need in order to improve student success after graduation?
So I would say that some of this, starts within school, like you said, middle school.
Mm.
We're exposing them to what exists in the world. Often if kids are not going on field trips, they're not experiencing things like, shows, or different environments, different worlds. It's hard for them, like for your mind, I remember myself, it's hard for your mind to even imagine what you could be interested in if you haven't been exposed to a bunch of things.
Hmm.
So number one thing I would say is exposure. And then as they move through, past high school, that continuous support is necessary. Something I did not have. I wish I had even if it's like the first 2 years of schooling, like
Hmm.
someone to help guide you through how do you navigate college, how do you navigate managing your own time, scheduling, balancing, friends and all this free time. How do you even choose what you want to study? Because
That's a
there's a
big one.
balance and there's like an art to that as well.
Hmm.
Just that the comprehensive guide that I think to this day we still lack.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I said this time and time again on this podcast, but it's interesting to me how Some schools do it, of course, not saying no schools do, but we have a lot of programs like KidStudio and BrainPop and Newzella. We have all of these programs or companies that offer services and products to schools. And it's kind of sad because they're third-party companies, but these schools should already be doing these things. You shouldn't need a third party to come in and, help out students, because school was created for workforce development. We are preparing students for the workforce, but we're having all these third-party companies doing the job that schools should be doing. So it's ironic. But I'm glad we do have companies out there that do care about the students and do want the economy to thrive and things like that. So it's ironic. It's sad. Not saying all schools aren't doing this. Some schools have great programs within their school. But yeah, we just need more focus on careers and not just the core classes and electives, but let's really see the end goal here. Okay, this class, you took this for what reason? This is going to help you with A, B, and C when you graduate. So if we have more conversations like that in classrooms, I think it'll go a long way, as it should. But yeah, I really like your insight. Exposure is a big thing. And we have to make sure that they really do know what they're getting into. It's one thing to say, I want to become a firefighter or a technician, but take them on a field trip, take them to a factory, take them somewhere so they can actually see that. Even have a professional come into class and speak to them too. That's really good. So long story short, we need more of that in classrooms and not third-party companies coming in. But I'm glad we do have the companies because there is still hope. But yeah, this is really cool. So I want to end off just with words of encouragement. Do you have anything you want to say to the listeners?
I'm going to always stick to the mantra of fail fast and don't be afraid. Again, not always needing a safety net, but failing within reason, right? So if it's a safe environment, we can take a couple shots at something, you might develop something great. So fail fast.
I
do
like
great
that.
Things.
I like that. Really good. Words of wisdom. All right. So thanks, Steve. This is really good. If you have anyone who wants to join the podcast, let me know. But everyone else, that's a wrap for today. So stay tuned for more episodes, and then we'll see you next time. Take care, Steve.
Have a good one.